I like the way she looks attractive. I like the way she bends over. I like the way she shakes her tits. I like the way she plays with her cunt.
Yo, she-bitch. Let's go.
Абонент временно недоступен. Перезвоните позже.
They're really different to us, but they're also white, so I'm allowed to be racist to them.
Ripley, how come I'm now banned? Unban me from the Discord server.
Nick, you don't score until you score!
There's my boy.
Hello everyone, welcome to the SHOCKMOUTHS stream. I'm Mitch, and with me today, as always, is our replacement Ripley today, which is this perfect paradox. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's been a weird week. It's been a very weird week.
It has been kind of a weird week. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi everyone. Hello, especially to anyone who's new. Let me just quickly explain how these live streams work in case one person is new from these Illuminati videos I did this week. These are a lot more chill. They're not as quick. They're not as heavily researched. It's just very chill. We what's the word?
Shoot the shit.
Improvise. Yeah, that's the word I was trying to improvisationally say, is improvise. So yeah, thank you for subscribing, for doing that. That's been fucking amazing. Also, thank you, Banana Grabber, for the intro song that you just heard. The link to that is in the description. I don't know if I can say
Very
in the first
killer.
minute what the title of the song is, but it's Russian. That's what we're just going to call it, the Russian song. All right, so
That'll work.
should we just get into the Illuminati shit? Hey, also Hyper Bumfuzzle,
Yeah.
Hyper Bumfuzzle, and the Gaming Witch. Oh my god, I can't read. Is that gaming or is it an R and an N close together to make garning? I'm pretty sure it's gaming. There's a picture of controller. I'm just tired. Oh boy.
Well, I can't help out because I don't have it open at all. So.
Tony, how you doing? So this morning my time, this afternoon I think America time, Illuminati puts out this tweet. Says to Legal Eagle, although I have apologized privately, I would like to do so now publicly. I am sorry for making editing styling claims that were inaccurate. I jumped the gun, thought hastily, and should have messaged you privately to hash things out. I am sorry. And then she puts a screenshot of the apology, which was from Friday, April 21st. Yeah. Then Nick Dioro comes in and says, I don't want an I'm sorry, lol. Here is his DM, guys. He accepted my apology, LMFAO. I want a video where she explains her thought process as to what was actually plagiarism. That would be really funny. And then Nick, as always, with the gift. What was that meme? Shit posters just shit posting, and then that god or whatever with the gift of prophecy. Because, like, I don't know how long exactly. I was asleep. But an hour or so later, she comes out with this apology video, which I haven't had the chance to look at yet. Because, like I said, I woke up. This all happened when I was asleep.
Hey, everyone.
Can you do shit when I'm awake, please? Gaming, which says jump the gun. What does that even mean in this context? Yeah, there shouldn't have been a gun. What is it with you people and guns? Oh yeah, fucking let's just throw in a gun.
Really? You have to ask?
Yeah.
You have to ask?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. It's fucking bizarre to me as a foreigner.
Oh my god, she titled the name of this video Illuminati Exposed.
Yeah. Look, guys, I'm self-aware.
Yes,
Well,
exactly. That was exactly what I was thinking.
there's no really fun or interesting way to start
For today's video,
conversation,
I'm going to be
so,
focusing on
you
the
guys know-
evidence, so there will be minimal editing involved. It's quite ironic, because the whole fucking argument was about editing. And editing styles. Hey, Alpha, Russ, and Spoonie.
What you're here for, and I'm just going to jump into it the way I know how to. So I'm sure, as all of you know, many things have been said about me in the past week and a half-ish. And
Should also mention, if there's any new people watching that's sub this week, we do calls towards the end. So, yeah, if you want to jump on stream, yeah, we do all that after I get through this short list of shit.
Love talking to people. Feel free to
someone
call
yeah.
in.
Yeah, love it. It never goes to shit.
doesn't speak my side of things, and that's something that's also been noted. Just for kind of full transparency in this, I'm going to be working from some of like my notes that I've written to.
Oh yeah, Gaming Witch makes another good point in the chat. He says jumping the gun means getting ahead of the drama, but she was the one who started it.
Yeah, she kind of shot herself in her own foot.
Yeah. Oh shit! I better get ahead of this.
Yep.
Oh, did I tell you what happened as well? Oh, that was the other thing I forgot to mention. Okay, those of you, there's a bit of backstory. Fucking, remember a couple of months ago, I went at the hospital and they're like, oh, the heart shit. Oh no, you gotta look at that.
Right.
And had to wear a monitor. Yeah, so that yesterday, doctor calls and, well, his office called and they're like, he has COVID. Sorry, you can't see him today like you were gonna. I'm like, oh, that's okay. All right. But they went through the file anyway, and they're like, she said, I'm no doctor, but everything here says normal. So do you want to still come in? And I was like, nah, because it's like $300. Nah. But send it to my GP, my doctor, and I'll go see him. And just to be on the safe side that there's no fancy word there that you missed. But everything seems to be fine. It was a bad batch of weed. It was a bad batch of weed in the end that put me in the hospital.
What happens when you guys don't have regulation?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, the show goes on. The smoking goes on.
All right, then.
Yes, let's continue living unhealthily. All right.
Yeah, that's always the smartest move to go.
Oh, shit. I misgendered Gaming Witch. I called her a he. I'm sorry. It's just, this day and age, witches can be boys too, I didn't want to assume your gender like that by going, oh, witch, it must be a woman. And I hedged my bets and went with boy. Sorry about that.
First is mainly to keep me on track with the subject matter and off of tangents. I know I like to go off on tangents and talk about various topics all the time, but this is not that time. The second reason is really just to keep my emotions in check. A lot of the things that I'm going to talk about in the most of this video.
God, could she talk any slower?
Things kind of from the past. They involve.
Most apologies go for 5 minutes. It's, hey, I fucked up. I'm sorry. The end.
God. Yeah, but does it always have to be so long?
Keep emotions in check. Hang on. So there is... I'm just skimming through it. There's a lot of here you could have cut out.
Content and researches various topics, the main thing to keep in mind is the source material used. Things like articles.
This is an apology. She's defending.
Situation. And that tweet was made by another YouTuber called HBomberGuy. And this YouTuber is someone who also creates longer form content. As someone who creates this type of content and researches various topics, the main thing to keep in mind is the source material used. Things like articles, interviews, videos, documentaries, academic essays, and so on and so forth. As video essayists, this is a core concept to both Harris and myself. Before I get into the accusation itself, I want to address the topic of plagiarism.
Oh, I thought she was going to go to the sponsor. Before we get into the accusations made against me, here's today's sponsor. And it's like one of those
NordVPN.
It's one of those copyright those copy checkers that universities use on people's essays to make sure they didn't copy paste from anywhere.
Oh, right.
Like an originality checker. That'd be so funny.
Yeah.
And that word has been tossed around a ton, and it's not something to be taken lightly. And I just
But
wanted
she
to
fucking did it!
to define this word. On screen are definitions for the word plagiarism as defined by Merriam-Webster, Dictionary.com, and the University of Oxford. I'm showing multiple sources defining plagiarism, but the overall definition is going to boil down to this. Plagiarism is to take someone else's idea as their own or to not credit the source. With that definition being clearly identified, let's go ahead and take a look at what Harris brought to the Twitter table. Harris posted this video
that was a long
saying,
goddamn
and I
pause.
quote, "Personally, at Illuminati, I would define plagiarism as something a bit more specific. For example, copying someone else's documentary directly into your script." End quote. However, in his own video, he shows where I'm audibly quoting a direct line from the documentary, and even visually you can see it on the screen with the quotation marks. Additionally, you can even see the dual ellipses on either end of that quote, indicating that more of that source was being cited.
Come on.
When you go to my sourcing page for this particular episode, you can also see that the documentary is listed as a source. It has been...
Wait. Guys, it's not plagiarism, right? What? Wait. Did she just show us the definition of plagiarism? And then because that definition said, oh, if you cite the source, it's not plagiarism, then has put word for word what was in that documentary into her own. But because she sourced it, that's not plagiarism. Are you there? Did you break?
Yeah, I'm thinking it through.
Are you broken?
Yes, I am. I think that broke me. I am getting a 504 error code.
Did I just hear that?
Yes.
That was a minute and a half explanation basically saying, no, guys, it's okay. I put the link in the description. That it's a long equivalent of... Remember back in the day when people would upload full episodes of South Park or Family Guy, and then they put in the description, no copyright infringement intended.
Yeah, right.
Which I've always viewed as the same as shoplifting, and as you walk out the door, wave it around and say, I'm not intending to shoplift. This isn't shoplifting, it's looting.
Get it right.
Yeah.
3 years since I posted this episode, and I've been really grateful to be able to continually learn and grow with time. Since then, I have learned to be much more overt and obvious with citations, something that may not have been perfectly clear to me 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah, Scuffed says, when is she going to bring up the fact she threw a YouTube play button in the trash?
That's right.
I was like, fuck! That was a genuine reaction in that video when I went, holy shit!
Yeah.
I gathered the thing and I was like reading it for the first time, mostly. Like, I'd skimmed it and like, all right, this is... But when I saw that, I hadn't seen that before. I was like, what? What? It kind of snapped me out of the zone for a second. Like, who does that?
I'm sure.
I apologize for the oversight of not making that quote more clear. At the time of recording, it was really obvious to me that it was a citation of the documentary, especially in full context of that section of my video, because that section was wholly dedicated to Brian Deere's work. And for some clarification, I would like to provide both you and Harris with the script that I was working off of. It will be available in the Google Drive. While I believe emphasizing the key phrase of the quote
God,
about
I
stopping
just don't
injections on
care.
autistic children was and still is very...
I'm trying, Mitch. I'm trying.
This is
I'm
not an
I'm
apology.
really trying.
This is not an apology. This is a defense.
I'm really trying to care.
This is... Did she bring a lawyer with her? It's like she's in court. Saying, no, I'm not guilty, Your Honor. Here are all of my sources.
Legalities that Wonder brought up in regards to how he claims that he ended up with no car, barely any clothing, no money, and no home. Which leads me to one of the stupidest mistakes of my life. After repeatedly hearing Wonder
Let me guess,
say
she's going to say, the stupidest mistake in my life was having that guy in it.
how desperately he needed a car, and after believing what he said about how miserable he was, I decided leads me to one of the stupidest mistakes of my life. After
she's talking while there's...
Wonder say,
it's a clarification to what she said. That was confusing me.
He did own a car, but it was very old and falling apart. When we discussed him moving out to Colorado, he said his car wouldn't be able to make the drive because it constantly falls apart. Okay.
Cool.
How desperately he needed a car, and after believing what he said about how miserable he was, I decided to try and help my friend in a way that I now realize was pretty idiotic. I look back at this decision with regret and embarrassment. This part will get a little nitty-gritty with the details, but I believe I need to fully flesh out all of the information to give you the full picture. After many in-depth discussions with Wonder, I made the decision to purchase a vehicle that he had already agreed to enter into a rent-to-own contract with said vehicle. On June 12th, 2021, Oz Media and I collectively decided to take out a loan together in the amount of $42,359.69. Additionally, I brought
hang on.
Oz Media and I...
You're going to pay 43 grand in 3 years? So what's that, 5,000 of interest? That's not... Wait.
Oh, girl.
Oh, 72 months. That's not 3 years. I'm a fucking idiot. That's 6 years.
Oh my God. And how long did you know him before this? And did you even know his real name? This is $42,000.
Jesus. That's what I mean. I was like, how much are they making doing what they're doing in their little house?
I'm absolutely.
If they can take that loan out. Do you guys just give loans to anybody that just walks in the door?
If you've got the collateral, I mean, if you're good for it, and they co-signed, so so that means they're both on the hook for it. So I mean, I let me just tell you that is about the stupidest thing. If anyone's listening, which I'm sure there's not a lot, and then even the ones that are think I'm an old broad anyway and don't want to fucking listen to a thing I say. But I will tell you this. You have got to realize what your signature means in this world. And when you agree to something like this, you are agreeing to $42,000 worth of debt. Because it is not a guarantee that the cosigner is going to fulfill their obligation to you. And so then you're on the hook.
Yeah. So,
and it is about the stupidest thing you could possibly do is co-sign something.
Yeah.
Never, ever. I mean, I'm talking even family members. It's not a good idea to get a co-signer.
Yeah. Or a wife, even.
Or a wife, yeah.
So, can I just go back?
Say how desperately he needed a car, and after believing what he said about
signed
how
on
he was, I decided
to a
try
loan
and help
with
my
him
friend
with
in
the
a way
idea that he'd
I
make
now
the repayments
realize
and it's his car, but she was
idiotic.
attached to
I
it
look
so
back
that
at
he
this
could get the
decision
loan. Is
with
that
regret
Well,
and
what's happening
he
here?
probably
This part will
couldn't.
get a
He
little
probably
nitty-gritty
couldn't
with the
float the
detail.
deposit. He probably couldn't float the loan on his own. He probably didn't have the collateral
That's
to
what I
back
mean.
it.
So he makes all the repayments.
So he
owns
probably
it.
said, "Oh, please please, I'll make the payments, I swear. Just back me, financially, and just say that, that you'll help out if anything happens or whatever. But I swear to God, I swear I've got this. It's no problem whatsoever. They're just insecure because I don't have enough years of credit or something, or, whatever bullshit reason you want to insert there.
Yeah.
But I believe I need to fully flesh out all of the information to give you the full picture. After many in-depth discussions with Wonder, I made the decision to purchase a vehicle that he had already agreed to enter into a rent-to-own contract with said vehicle. On June 12th,
That didn't matter.
2021,
That doesn't matter.
Media and I collectively decided to take out a loan together in the amount of $42,359.69. Additionally, I brought $28,346.79 in cash as a deposit. Wonder did not contribute to the deposit on the car.
Yeah.
With this rent-to-own contract, I agreed to only charge Wonder the cost of the loan and not the full value of the car itself, meaning within a 24-month period, he would have only paid $14,120.12 for a car that, when purchased, went for a grand total of $61,386.23. And let me be clear here.
How does a car increase in value?
Well, she's talking about along with interest.
Oh, okay.
So I'm assuming she's talking about the interest of the loan. That's what I'm assuming.
Well, it says here amount financed is
She lost me with the whole rent to own bullshit thing. I don't understand why she got into a rent to own with the cosigner of the vehicle. That makes no sense.
Well, the amount financed here, it says, is $37,500, plus there's a finance charge of $4,700. So the total, it says total payments $42,359. So where's she getting 61 from?
$12 for a car
Here we go.
Purchased went for a grand
Price of
total
vehicle is actually $54,450. So she didn't. Did she?
Cars depreciate over time. A car worth
The car
X
is
amount.
actually worth more. It's worth $54,450.
Okay, all right. I'll
I don't
believe
know
that
why.
for the sake of argument.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Oh my God! It's a 2021 BMW Grand Coupe,
Oh, all right. Well, maybe
brand new, 16
they
miles on.
appreciate. I don't know. I've never owned a BMW, but every car I've ever owned or known anyone to own, they all depreciate.
I don't understand how they got it at 42,000 when this contract is showing 54,000.
Yeah, it's
$61,386.23. And let me be clear here. Aside from him accepting my job offer, this was the only legal documentation between the two of us. I will have all of the stipulations of our rent-to-own agreement on the screen now, but just know that the most important thing was that after 2 years of consecutive car payments and following all of the stipulations, the vehicle title would be transferred over to Wonder, with the amount that we put into the car as well as payments on the car that I continued to make monthly. He would own the car outright with no lingering auto debt after that 24-month period. In a DM with me, Wonder later told me that if he hadn't accepted my job offer and my rent-to-own agreement, that he would still have an apartment, a car, and close to $10K in his bank account. I'd like to reiterate that unless Oz was charging rent without my knowledge, Wonder was living rent-free while earning $1,923.08 every other week, and would have to pay only $588.34 once a month. I don't claim to know the ins and outs of his finances whatsoever, and I very much was not involved with what he was doing with his bank accounts, but I fail to see how I could possibly cost him $10,000. In reality, the agreement I made with Wonder would have me lose $47,266.11. And again, looking back at this, I feel extremely foolish for ever even agreeing to such an arrangement.
I knew this was a bad deal for me. This wasn't about making money off of Wonder or whatever he might try to claim. This was to try and help a friend get back on his feet. What a mess. Don't ever live with other
Austin,
YouTubers.
Texas,
That's
I
a bad
called
idea.
the non-emergency Austin PD
Yeah.
311 number to explain the situation. or unconcerned as I. There was also a huge crack that went across most of the windshield, and
still
for
talking
some
about the
reason,
car.
the glove box compartment in the front passenger seat was somehow broken. The state of the vehicle was shocking, to be honest, but at this point, I was just happy to have my car back and know that it couldn't be damaged any further. And Oz, I want to thank you again for helping me throughout this entire situation. You knew better than anyone how much this situation affected the both of us, and I can't express how much your support meant and continues to mean to me. I know he yelled and screamed
This is
extensively.
all because she all because she thought someone was stealing an editing
At
style.
both of
We've
us.
got now a
You didn't
42-minute
deserve
video
that, and-
of her explaining how she loaned someone money or got someone onto a loan for a car. And
I just don't. I don't understand why it's anybody's. I don't understand why
like
it's
that tiny
anybody's
domino
business.
meme.
Jesus.
I didn't either, but I'm still sorry that this hurt you too.
Wonder's mental health. Oh.
I just want to give a quick trigger warning here for the mention of suicide and suicidal intention. After the car was back in my possession on the 29th of July, Oz and I received
Did this
numerous
Wonder
messages from-
person do a huge expose on her or something? Or
Wonder's-
am I missing something?
Wonder's one of the ones that did the long list of tweets that I read out in that video the other day.
Oh.
As
Okay.
far as I know, I don't think he made a video. I think he just did a bunch of tweets.
Oh. Okay. All right.
I will double.
Well, I'm not on Twitter, so I had no idea.
What's his name? Wonderstruck YT.
Just seems like she's going into a lot of detail for.
He's done a couple more 6 hours ago. He said, "I'm aware Blair has made a video concerning what has happened. I haven't watched it yet. We were all expecting her to either spin a respond, or bury it, which is her MO, has been for years. This many people don't consecutively come forward about your behavior. As weak and small as I feel, having this video come out from such a large creator, as much as I want to vomit and hide away, I won't. I'm still not afraid. I won't disrespect myself like that. Working on a response, brain is reasonably fried."
Okay. All right. Well.
Yeah.
All right.
Wonder, which will be available in the Google Drive. What I specifically would like to highlight is that he insinuates that he had intention to and was taking action to arm himself to end
Yeah, there's
his
no
life.
video on his
In a
there's no video on his YouTube. He didn't do one.
Okay.
It's just those tweets.
message directly with
Okay,
me, he
thanks.
explicitly told me that, quote, I was legit trying to get into my dad's gun cabinet to fucking kill myself. Either way, out of concern, I called the Austin Police Department non-emergency line to ask for a wellness check. And when I explained to the operator what was the
I mean, is
situation
this
at
all public knowledge? I mean, do we really need to know about this kid's suicidality? I'm not understanding.
I think.
I mean, is
we haven't
is
watched
there
the
a
full thing
reason
yet.
why there's DMs being exposed here? Is I guess my question.
We haven't watched this full thing yet, so we don't know the full thing. But this is just a prediction. I'm predicting is it maybe she's bringing it up, and then she's going to help him through it, and it's going to paint her as a good person.
Okay.
Maybe that's why she's bringing
All
it
right.
He immediately transferred me to the 911 dispatcher. I then read the messages to them, and I gave the 911 operator the last known place of his residence in Texas, which was his dad's house, to perform a wellness check. The operator then told me not to arrange anything unless the police force is present. In his messages, Wonder states that he received a call from his therapist, which ultimately pulled him out of his intended plan. And let's take a moment to discuss the therapist. During his time in Colorado, he expressed that he wanted to seek therapy, and I think that's a fantastic decision. To help him with his process, I messaged my old therapist, who I did a lot of EMDR therapy with and helped me immensely. On screen is me reaching out to her to see if she was accepting any new clients. Confidential details are going to be censored in order to keep Wonder's privacy and integrity. Looking back, I probably shouldn't have recommended a therapist who was so life-changing for me to somebody else. Therapy is a continual journey. You can come in and out as needed. And unfortunately, after I recommended Wonder to this therapist, there began a conflict of interest, and I could no longer in good conscience see her for her services. Wonder, I am so incredibly sorry that I unintentionally created a conflict of interest between the
Is that because the therapist told Wonder to leave to get out? Isn't that what happened from memory?
I don't know. We're gonna have to just read that into that one as we
taking his
will
side. That's
enjoy the sixth sense of humor of it. Yes.
That's it. I'm not paying him any more money.
two of us in regards to this therapist. I did not mean to make that an issue between us at all.
Oh God, there's a dog.
When Wonder arrived in Colorado,
There's always a dog.
Lightly would be a bit of an understatement. He arrived with beer.
Yeah, Mr. Gamer. Nothing says deflection like, look, guys, I prevented this person from committing that in Minecraft. See how good of a person I am?
Barely any clothing, no food for his dog, not even a collar for his dog, just a bandana. As Wonder mentions on Twitter, that short amount of time we lived together was absolutely a nightmare. The tension began with our dogs and his unwillingness to help ease the situation between our pets. I did everything I thought of at the time to introduce James and Casper in a way that facilitated a good relationship between the dogs. They met on neutral ground at a dog park and only had supervised play at the house. Wonder did not want to facilitate the dog play, so this really only happened under mine and Oz's supervision.
Again, we're now talking about dogs not agreeing with each other because Illuminati thought she owned the rights to highlighted text.
Both myself and Oz would leave the house and Wonder would stay home. He has multiple times locked Casper away in an empty room while James got free roam over the entire house. I don't want to claim that I'm any sort of dog specialist, but I do know that James was the new dog in this house that Casper had already been living in. And dogs are territorial by nature, that this was Casper's house and now suddenly he was being locked away. Additionally, James had multiple accidents in the home and Wonder would not clean them. It was Oz who ended up taking on that responsibility. During Wonder's stay in Colorado, his actions and inactions regarding the care of his dog James were a main cause of tension in the house. Not only did it seem like James was receiving inadequate care due to the lack of identification with a collar, lack of food, lack of toys, and more, but Wonder was unwilling to do his part as a pet owner to keep the peace between the dogs too. Wonder's lack of responsibility led to multiple incidents in addition to what I've...
Hold on. Evil GNU says it's also a good way to deconstruct his character and invalidate him as a critic.
I'm still wondering what the fuck this has to do with anything.
I don't... Does having bad mental health mean that you can't be a critic? I don't know. I don't want to open that can of worms, but...
previously mentioned. Firstly, James bit Casper, and bit his ear so hard that Casper bled. At this point, I took Casper to live with my sister, as I no longer felt comfortable having Casper alone in the house with Wonder and James. I reached out to my good friend, who's also a dog trainer, to see if he could help me with the situation. The second incident occurred on June 24th, 2021. On the night of the 23rd, Oz and Wonder went out together. I was exhausted, and so before they both left, I let them know that I was going to bed, which is exactly what I did. I was woken up at 2:30 in the morning by Oz because Wonder was panicking because James was gone. Wonder admitted that he took James outside to go potty, then having forgotten he had done so, he left James outside while Wonder left the house with Oz. That means that he left his own dog outside unsupervised for hours on end in the middle of the night. If I was aware that James was outside unsupervised while...
It's a dog.
Yeah, but
I mean,
you still should be in control of your animals. I mean, you know.
I'm just assuming. I'm sorry. I was assuming there was a fence and that it couldn't get out. If it can get out, then that's bad. Obviously.
It sounds like it's an open. She didn't mention a fence, so.
Oh, well, I guess there's no fences. What? You people don't have fences? Should all have fences.
Some people don't.
Keep people out.
Wonder left the house with Oz.
Keep the dogs in and the people out.
Own dog outside unsupervised for hours on end in the middle of the night. If I was aware that James was outside unsupervised, I would have done everything to ensure his safety and brought him back inside. There was unfortunately nothing I could do, as I was already
Thanks, Sarah
downstairs
Sausages.
in my room sleeping by the time this was all unfolding.
Sausages.
When I was woken up by Oz, I got on the Nextdoor app and I immediately made a post to try and locate James. I got a response around 10 a.m. the next day with a call from someone who had thankfully located James. The only evidence I have of this series of events is photos of James that Wonder sent to me at 3:05 in the morning on June 24th, because I needed some photos to post on Nextdoor. As for the photo that Wonder posted claiming that I live in a
is the rest of it just about the dogs?
I want to
Osmedia. All right, yeah. Sorry, I just don't give a fuck about the dogs.
I just don't care, period. I mean, it just sounds like it was a roommate from hell situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had plenty of them, my God.
Yeah.
And somehow I've managed to live my life and not tell the internet about it.
Yeah.
I know that's an astonishing feat, but apparently nowadays it is.
No. Well, Mr. Gamer again hits it with saying that, yeah, Blair only uploaded this response because she was bleeding subs and couldn't keep hiding in a subreddit. Damage control at its finest. I think I saw a screenshot. I can't remember if it was Nick or Matt Pitt. Had a screenshot of her social. She's lost like 20,000 subs or something.
Has she really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think.
That surprises me.
I think. I'll check after.
This final section and this final person will be the hardest for me to address, so I plan on keeping this brief. Oz, you were right. I am afraid of looking stupid and weak online, and yet I am those things right now. You've been with me through a lot of really intense and personal situations in my life. You were there throughout the entire process of my mom's cancer diagnosis, her various treatments, and hospitalizations. And I know there were many times when I had to run out the door suddenly because there was a crash cart in her room and they didn't know if she was going to make it. And you said you'd stay at the house and watch Casper so I could go to my mom. You were there for Casper's various hospitalizations when he would get sick throughout the years. And you helped me through a very difficult surgery recovery. I just want to say thank you for always being my support through all of my ups and downs. I know that a lot of these personal situations in my life left me very thin and sometimes irritable, and I want to say thank you for supporting me through it and talking me through some really hard times. Your support and your friendship meant more to me than I think you'll probably ever know. I'm gonna miss all the fun things we used to do, eating way too much cheese at the melting pot. I'll miss you teaching me how to play Command and Conquer and playing it, and how you've always obviously been Casper's BFF, and you know.
Is this really a Dear John letter?
Wait, what's a Dear John letter?
Oh God! Oh man! Okay, apparently I'm dating myself. It's like when back in the old days, like when people wanted to break up with each other or whatever, they used to write, you know, like in the military and stuff, they used to write Dear John letters. And it would always start off, Dear John, you know, I hope the battle's going well. By the way, I've, you know, ran off and gotten pregnant and blah, 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 blah. So it's a breakup letter. It's a Dear John breakup letter. I'm never going to speak to you again kind of thing.
Yeah, I just double checked now. She's lost 40,000. Yeah, it's damage control.
Oh. Wow.
That's the spicy damage control.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Hi, JFA. I know you didn't report my Discord server. Thanks, though, dude. But we don't speak that name. That attention-seeking whore. My advice to everybody is block that whore. He will not stop. He will not quit. He's like herpes. He just keeps coming back, and although he's not as deadly as AIDS, he's just vaguely annoying. I don't know why I titled this She Said Sorry. Wait, she kind of did. She did that tweet saying sorry, and then goes and does a video defending herself.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Well, that's Illuminati, ladies.
I mean, it's on brand, so.
Yeah. I hope that's the fucking last I have to look at. Like, I hate spelling her name. It's hard to fucking type. Like, it just your fingers get all crisscross. You ever tried typing it?
No.
It's fucking ridiculous.
I can honestly say I don't think I've ever looked her channel up ever in my life.
All right. So what else have we got?
On Tommy.
On to Tommy.
On to Tommy.
Tommy, the other day, gave us a shout out, which was awesome. I fucking giggled my little ass off, my big ass off. I got a big ass. Celine says, before we do, Celine says, Blair is only saying sorry because she got caught in the drama that she herself has created and orchestrated. Now she's crying crocodile tears. Yeah, see, I didn't want to say that while she's in the middle of talking about her mum dying of fucking cancer. I was like, oh man, that's fucking horrible to have happen to you.
The Dear John letter at the end was just a little too much. Like, you know, I will always cherish the memories we have. It's a little much for me, but I guess I'm guessing her channel's predominantly women.
I don't even think she knows.
What's her content?
I think it was Reddit videos she used to do.
I was gonna say it was our Reddit videos, right?
Yeah, that's what got it big.
Yeah, so I'm thinking. I'm just thinking she might have a female, like quite a bit of a female audience, but I don't know. It really could go both ways on that.
Yeah. So yeah, the other day.
I mean, people will slop it up anyway. They'll just be like, "Oh, that was a good video. I'm so glad you appreciate the time with them." And I mean,
Well, yeah, she's got that on her side. She's got numbers on her side.
Yeah. She'll sail through this too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I reckon she would have been better off just not making that video and just kept like doing a JonTron. Said this like I think he said sorry on Twitter, but then he didn't. I don't think he made a video addressing that shit.
I don't think he ever made a video on it. No, he never made a video.
He completely ignored it on his channel. Except he did say sorries elsewhere, but because by doing that, by putting that video up, there's going to be a lot of subscribers there now that aren't on Twitter, had no idea what the hell was going on, and now they do.
Yeah.
You would have done way better damage control for shutting up.
I had no idea a dog was involved until she made a video about, so.
And the dog,
dog
was outside.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
I mean, she never got to, was the dog found?
I don't know. I lost interest in the dog. And skipped past it. I didn't care. The dog could get lost. I'm sorry. I don't care. It's a dog on another continent. I don't care.
You're just going to leave that poor dog out there all alone?
There's nothing I can do. I can't help this dog. Well, I'm not losing sleep over a dog that I can't help.
You are not a PETA lover.
No, I love cats. Love cats.
Oh, okay.
But dogs,
all right,
sorry, don't give a fuck. Everyone says they're smart, but they're not. They're fucking dumb as dog shit. Oh, we're gonna go outside? Oh, no, where are you going? Oh, no, come back. Row. No, shut the fuck up.
I think you have issues with dogs.
I've said to one of their faces, I'm like, I can legally sell you. I could put you on eBay. There is nothing stopping me from fucking doing that. You're not a child. We are not tied together.
We do not share DNA.
It wasn't my dog. It was someone. That's gonna get twisted now. I'm gonna get painted as an animal abuser. Mitch is an animal abuser.
Yes, you are.
He threatened a dog to his face that he was gonna sell him. Ugh.
All right, so back to Tommy. All right, forget the dog.
Forget the fucking dog.
Forget the fucking dog.
Tommy gave us a shout out for one of our videos this week, and would you call this a stray? Copped a fucking stray. just out of nowhere. I fucking laughed my ass off.
Oh, you're still here. Dude, you gotta get your shit. For real.
Yeah, Liana.
It's
I
does
guess
anybody
Mitch
believe
checked.
Liana like knows a lot about fucking?
I got a timestamp for you. I think Mitch checked. So
Really?
yeah, I just sent it to you.
Mitch checked.
Oh yeah, so he's watching the video from Fish Tank where Sam Hyde had said the thing in Chinese. When I first heard that, I thought it was just gibberish. I thought he was saying "Jing dong dong dong," like being a racist.
Yeah,
then
I thought he would. Yeah.
After I listened to it a couple of times, I'm like, I think those are different words. Hang on. And I typed it into Google Translate, the words "I'm kicking you off the show," and then listened to it and read along. I'm like, holy shit! He memorized that. He didn't pull out his phone and then read. He's memorized that.
Now that is class.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that is fucking class.
Unless
right
he
there.
speaks Chinese fluently, but it didn't sound like a fluent speaker. It did sound like he was reciting syllables that he'd memorized. But the fact he did that.
I mean, I can remember being fired many times. Well, not many, but you know, the times I've been fired, and I've never been fired in a different language. So that's gotta be cool just on its face.
Celine says Illuminati used to do Reddit content before hopping on to the anti-MLM stuff.
Oh, she's on the MLM stuff.
What's that?
Oh, no kidding. Oh, multi-level marketing, MLM. It's about like pyramid schemes and Mary Kay, Prime America is another one. Yeah, there's a whole slew of MLMs that are out there that are just making a killing right now. That are just sucking people up and spitting them out.
Yeah.
So yeah, so just be careful out there, people. If you don't know if a company is legit, look them up online, look them up, all over the place. Do your research about where you're going, who you're talking to.
And always be suspicious if they have a sign out the front door that says, "Same day interview, hired on the spot." Run.
Right.
Fucking run.
Fast and far.
Oop, hang on. Just trying to hit play. Play.
It's all of the Australians. All right, mate, let's see. It's real Chinese or not.
That was a really good accent. That was really good.
That was really good.
Let me see.
Sam Hyde then walks over and tells him he's kicked out, but says it in Chinese. And I double checked, and as Sam Hyde is all.
All right, mate, I'm on it. Drama specialist.
How did no one else think to fucking check that? I thought that would have been everyone's idea. It's like, hey.
No, I wouldn't have thought.
He's on it. Give this bastard a sub, by the way. He is a loyal fuckhead.
Here it is.
Well, he's a fuck up too. I can tell you about his last marriage.
Oh God, Jesus, that's my co-host, Tommy.
What?
I've never even spoken to him about that. I don't think. I'm like, how the fuck do you know? And how do you know it's my fuck up?
Because it's always your fuck up.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
That's my co-host.
Well, he knows.
And Matt's like, Tommy, what are you doing? That's my boy.
Yeah, I did his podcast years
Please
ago.
don't.
Play good car player, good guy, my type of people.
That's a far cry from what he said just days ago. That video shit. That video so shit. You got this wrong. He did not take a permanent break. He was fired.
We're gonna watch Mitch's awful video now.
Yeah, he was fired. It wasn't a permanent break. Jesus. I said the wording wrong. Fuck me.
But not good at being married.
Well, he's not wrong.
No, I know. I have issues, all right?
But otherwise, a great person.
Does he say anything more about the marriage? Was that it?
I guess you're one who can say that. Right?
Yes, I could judge. He needs a chance to get back and kicked out of fish. I love this show, by the way.
Oh, thanks, man. And he gave him Far Cry. Far Cry from what he said the other day. So the reason why I wanted to play that was I fucking laughed my ass off. Reason being, right, I got to do a bit of backstory for what I'm about to say, because it might sound weird out of the context. So when her and I were together, the ex-wife and I, we worked at the same place, which is why I said when we're watching Illuminati, don't fucking live with your coworkers. Don't fucking do it. It's fucking death. Death. So
it's hard. It's enormously difficult.
It was a 2-hour commute. So yeah, we lived together, drove to work together. We were then at separate desks and separate rooms. But then, yeah, we drive home again, whatever. But on the way to work, the 2-hour commute, I'd put Tommy C on. And for 6 months of the year, he'd start at 5 a.m. our time. The other 6 months, he'd start at 7 a.m. We start at 8. So it was like a perfect timing. It's like, if we're not watching him live, we're watching him an hour later or something.
Right.
So she wasn't really into it at first, but she got really into it, and she started liking him after she said, "Oh, can we listen to something else?" And I went, "All right." And I put on the Dick Show. She got 2 minutes into it and went, "Put Tommy back on." She didn't say turn that garbage off. She didn't say put something else on. She said put Tommy back on.
Put Tommy back on.
So when he said that about the marriage, I sent her the clip. And is like, hey, Tommy kind of gave us a shout out. Thought you'd like to know.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she wrote back, lol, yeah, and knowing him, he could have been worse, so that's okay.
Oh, that's rad. That's good for her.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, so she's kind of out of, yeah. But since we split, she obviously hasn't been watching. She doesn't give too much. She was like forced to listen to him. She kind of got, what's that word, Stockholm syndrome for Tommy C.
Right.
She's there against her will listening because I was driving all the time, so I'm in charge of what we fucking listen to.
So you tortured the poor woman is what you're saying.
But she started to get it after a while. She started making comments like, oh, why did that, like, she'd recall names. Like, she remembered people's names and shit.
Well, I mean, you can't help but listen and, get kind of engaged and engrossed. I mean, the man is fucking entertaining. I mean, there are things I do not agree with him about. A lot of things I don't agree with him about, but the man is just fucking entertaining.
Yeah.
And I enjoy his shows always.
Yeah, he's slowing down a bit, isn't he? He's doing less? Is he doing less of them?
It's his quote-unquote final season.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah. Right.
No, it's not. He'll keep going. He's always committing to the bit. Said it in actual Chinese. Take a listen.
Well, Simmons, allow me to say something that you'll understand in your
How much
language.
more about Simmons doesn't speak a word of Chinese?
Guys, I'm starting to think I'm autistic.
I'm starting to think you are.
And I think that's what the look on his face was. He's like, wait a minute. Is he fucking autistic? You can see the realization on his face. He looks up like, what?
Oh, that smile across his face.
I always knew that this guy had talent. You got him. The thing is, I never hired him because fucking times don't work.
That fucking made me fall out. Like, what's the word? That took me by surprise because he's never ever said anything like that to me before. And
well, he's
like,
obviously thought about it.
Yeah, I was like, what? He fucking thought about it? Because the whole reason I started streaming 5 years ago was because of him. And because I wanted to fucking work on his thing. But I was like, I don't want to just go fucking ask and have nothing to show. I was like, I better start streaming and maybe try getting his attention and getting that way. But he, after a few months when he didn't, I was like, all right, I'm just going to fucking do my own thing. So that was really weird. But yeah. Couldn't do it now, Tommy.
Yeah,
sorry. Fucking creepy. Fully busy as fuck. For your boy, Matt. Blame him. It was fucking doable.
Yeah, now recording is going pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys have gotten a whole bunch of interviews lined up.
Wait, I gotta remember.
Or at least you did. I know you've released.
We got one. We got one. We got Jalen coming out soon, and I'm gonna be exposed as a transphobe apparently in that episode.
Oh, that'll be wonderful.
Or at least she calls me
oh
that.
God, I'm gonna have to be speaking up for you. Is this what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. I love this part of being your friend so much.
Oh, sorry, I'm still waking up a bit. What else? Did you want to talk about Twitter for a second?
Yeah, how's Twitter going? What's going on?
It's gone to shit. Like, so the For You page, it's full of murder, fights, and other gruesome shit. This isn't. Oh, what you're seeing, by the way, Paradox, is not on screen. I'm just scrolling through Twitter.
I figured.
Yeah. Do not scroll Twitter while you're live. Bad idea. Bad idea.
I didn't think you were that stupid.
Especially the people I follow. Lots of tits, lots of butts. Yeah, no, see, for those who don't know, Paradox was on Twitter for years and then left when Elon bought it, because fuck Elon Musk.
That's right.
Oh, there's a tweet here from Diorio. Hang on, let me play this. Dude, she's such a horrible person. Illuminaughtii is basically admitting in these DMs that she deleted Tommy C's YouTube videos on his shared channel while he was asleep over this fat joke. She literally told the editor to include it 4K. So this is the DM, I think. This all stems from your video and the shit with Rico. That one bit didn't have to be included. And now I have to protect my people, my server, my channel.
Oh.
And this is the Rico fat joke that she
Ricochet's 404.
didn't like.
Nice.
Apparently he's fat.
What?
Oh, really? Well, that's what they said. I don't know. Apparently this is for a vlog.
Which I think we played this the other day with Matt.
Right, yeah.
Good guy.
Real Talk looked like he was fun to hang out with.
Yeah. So, yeah, just to recap, Rico's like, cut that fat joke.
Cut it out.
No, comrade.
Do not cut that out.
But then Illuminaughtii there says, do not cut that out.
Cut that out, comrade. Do not cut that out, comrade. Do not cut that out, comrade. Leave that. That's fucking comedy gold and you know it.
Gotcha, bitch.
Ricochet's 404.
Gotcha, bitch. Hey, Banishart, how you doing?
Yeah, I can't believe anybody would think that they would have the authority to do that anyway. She just was looking for an excuse.
If anyone wants to jump in Discord to call, do it now. Gonna be ending soon. I'm gonna add on I'm gonna end on some somber news after. So yeah, I want to got to do the calls first, and then share this final thing, and then get out of here. What have I been doing? Oh, nearly an hour. Sweet. Tight.
Nice.
Tight. Okay, I'm gonna give it another 30 seconds. One. Can we count to 30?
I'm not counting to 30.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna guesstimate. Or at least type if you are gonna come in. At least type in chat so we know that you're coming. If not, I just got this final thing to share.
Let's do the final thing.
Yeah. I don't know how to say it. I don't do these very often. I don't think I've ever done one of these, so I don't know how to do it. It's sad news, so that's why I have trouble, because I don't know how to deal with that. And I don't think anyone here knows him, but that's why I'm bringing it up, is because I think more people should be aware of this guy, who sadly passed away late last week. His name was Zipster, and he was one of the OG YouTubers from way back when, in 2006, I think. Yeah, joined August 12, 2006. Sadly passed away. I don't know what from exactly. I know he was doing chemo about 5 years ago. But the reason why I bring him up, he was one of the OG YouTubers, and he was almost the first YouTube partner had he not missed a phone call. Because this was when the people, like, YouTube was so small, there was, like, they'd call you. and to invite you to join the partner program. But
So crazy.
He missed that call, so he wasn't the first, but he was one of the first. So this screenshot looks late 2000s. He's got about 11,000 at the time in the screenshot, which back then was like having 110,000. Or yeah, it was.
That's
huge.
cool.
He basically made like vlogs and did little comedy bits. He had an alter ego called Loco Mama. He dressed up as a lady. That's him there. Let's play a bit of his video. I thought this video might be.
It was especially you, Superlunary. It's me, Zipster. Well, I was watching Superlunary. She's one of my very lovely prescribers. I was watching her little video post about she asks 5 questions and she wants people to do video responses back. So I thought, what the hell? I ain't got nothing to talk about tonight anyway. I may as well answer the questions she put up on her little thing. So, Looney, I hope you don't mind if I call you Looney. Here are my answers to your very 5 questions.
He was a really nice dude. Like, from memory, I don't remember him. He never got involved in the YouTube dramas that happened back then, which might surprise you to learn that there was YouTube dramas back then, way back in the day. And
I'm sure there was.
They were somehow more stupid than the shit that goes on now. I never remember him getting involved in that shit. He was always, he's a good dude. He there's a really old video of mine from 2008 where he submitted a clip for, if you just asked him to be in your video, he loved it. He loved collaborating with other people.
That's really awesome.
Yeah. Question number 1: if you could live in any era,
this is what YouTube used to be about. You just turn on the camera, you talk to it.
Well, I thought about this for a long time because there's so many eras. I'm thinking, if I lived in the olden days, first of all, like especially in medieval times, first of all, I bet they.
So the question was, if you could live in any era, what era would it be?
The 80s?
That was the question.
Is that an era?
No, that was. He's answering 5 questions. So what was the first question? The first question was, if you could live in any era, what era would it be?
Yeah.
They didn't really take baths like a lot because they didn't have like running water, and they lived in like, I heard that those castles were really drafty, and if you couldn't afford a castle, then you lived in like a hovel, and that sounds even worse than drafty, like with dirt floors and ill. And I mean, and these people didn't even have like hot glue guns. So that's really not for me. So I'm thinking I would have to at least live when there was electricity. And then, you think about like the 1900s, it's like, the 20s was kind of fun because there was prohibition, but everybody was still boozing it up really good, and flappers and all that, and I thought that would be really fun. But then, then there was the Great Depression, and then like the World War, and then a whole bunch of war, and then I was thinking, I really kind of like the era I lived in. Yeah. I was born in 1950, so I got to when I was 7 or 8 years old, I got to witness the whole experience that was Elvis Presley, even though I was really little and didn't quite get it, and frankly, I still don't.
I actually remember the first time I heard of Tipster. I remember thinking that reminds me of Zipster. It's like one letter off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how to do these. I don't know.
Well, he will surely be missed by quite a few people.
Yeah.
And our hearts go out to his family and our condolences to his friends and family. And we thank him for sharing the time.
I think he played a lot of music. I think it was in the New York area as well. Yeah. I just think that. Yeah, because he's one of the OGs, he needs to be acknowledged. I wish fucking YouTube would do something to... YouTube should do, I don't know, an online museum or something. Hey, this is YouTube through the ages. This is what the site looked like then, and these were the prominent YouTubers of the time. Because there's no real way to actually do that unless you were there and knew. There's no...
Right.
Unless there's some third-party website that's cataloged it. I don't know. But, yeah, they should Like music charts. Like, you know how music charts, they're like, oh, you can go to any year and you can look up, oh, this was number 1 that year. And
yeah, right.
This was the like top 10, top 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. They should fucking do something like that so people like Zipster can be remembered. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of channels that do like YouTube historic, channels and stuff like that,
to do it
right?
officially, because then you're at the mercy of fucking spurgs like us.
Right, exactly.
Cataloging it, and like there's gonna be mistakes or people like, and then you're at the mercy of who do those people watch? Because they're not gonna know, especially now YouTube's so big. I'm sure there's thousands of pockets of YouTube that we're unaware of. It's like space.
Oh, absolutely. There's thousands of communities we're not aware of. So,
yeah. Whereas back then, in the late 2000s, it was basically one community.
You are dating yourself, you know that.
What did that mean? Oh, dating yourself. Yeah. Dating how old I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to play the music to go out. It doesn't feel right to be like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
High upbeat music. No.
Well, thanks everyone.
They're in the description. The link to Banana's song at the beginning is also in the description. I'll add Zipster in the description as well. He's in the chat. His links in the chat. You want to take a look at some YouTube history, and thanks for coming by. Have a good day.
Yeah, thanks for coming by.